Hi everybody, Monday in my kitchen. It's virtual Ginger's Cook Club time. And I am so excited today to bring in a young woman that I don't know well enough, but I feel like I know in a weirdly weird way. Her name is Maggie Rulli. She's one of our correspondents at ABC, and she is based in London now. And so I figured, why not have her on? You know, give us an update of what's going on over on the other side of the pond and find out what she has learned thus far. She was in Australia, by the way, right before I was, covering the wildfires and doing an outstanding job. And so I'm gonna add her in, and we are gonna do a virtual cook club on a really quite important subject, and that would be broccoli, because it is the vegetable that my family eats more than any veggie, because they all love it. We do it the same way every single time. And it's great. It's garlic, it's salt and pepper. I usually steam it first, and then I get into the olive oil and like later, so that I don't put as much on there. But what's gonna happen is this is a virtual Ginger's Cook Club. If you haven't joined, go to Facebook, by the way, and join. And it's just where I invite somebody into the kitchen and we learn from them. Maybe something that's special to their family. Apparently, Maggie is, broccoli is important to her family. She said her husband was like, more broccoli, when she was gonna do this. So Maggie, if you are there, just go ahead and give me a shout on the comments so I can add you in, because that's the best way. Looking for paging Maggie Rulli. Hi everybody, by the way. Hi Charles, I see a Charles there. Let's see if I got Maggie up now. No, still don't see you. So Maggie, if you come on, just get in here. Shelly, hello. And yeah, if you guys have suggestions, I'll read back through the comments, because this stays up for 24 hours. Someone was saying they add mushrooms all the time to theirs, which is great. But we're gonna do broccoli 3 ways, as told by Maggie Rulli. Hold on. I just saw Sam come in. Hi Sam, I miss you. I still don't see Maggie in here. So Maggie, if you come on, just go ahead. Oh, the weather guy. Hi, in Seattle. Nice to see you. Jess, in Kansas. Oh, Legend 2026 asked if I would do Dancing with the Stars again. Absolutely. It was physically the hardest thing I've ever done, but someone was just asking if I wear contacts. No, I don't. Oh, there she is. Maggie's here. I see her. Go live with Maggie. Maggie Rulli, coming in hot from London.
Hello!
There she is. Okay, I'm so excited. You're a part of this today.
I am so excited. When you reached out, I was like, I know exactly what we got to do, Ginger. We got to do broccoli. We're even wearing green in broccoli's honor.
I was going to say, welcome to Ginger's Cook Club. You are the first guest that I've had that's worn the item over their ear, which is a really nice addition. Thank you.
You know, I commit, Ginger.
And I did, like, when we took our picture, I sent Maggie a picture like this morning, like, yes. Like a bouquet. Well, mostly because Ben said this didn't look good when I was holding it like this. So I went with a bouquet instead.
I think it's inappropriate real fast.
Yeah. Even broccoli can be inappropriate.
Yeah.
So I loved when you said, so I said, do you want to be a part of the cook club? And then you were like, yeah, I'm wondering, can we make broccoli? I was like, please, because we eat the same broccoli every single night, which we love it.
What do you
know
normally do for broccoli?
Like their favorite veg.
Oh, that's a good bowl you have going on. Some of mine are already, look, I'll give you a tip. One of, you can see the steam coming up. One of the ones that I just started, hold on, it's hot already.
And just to tell everybody, ooh, nice. Yeah. So you, just to give us a perspective though, you are in London, right?
Yes, yeah, you can maybe see a little bit behind me here. This is a London street.
Ah, how's everything going there? Is it any different? What would be the biggest difference, you think?
You know, things are good. I think that in a weird way, a lot of cities are so similar right now because everywhere's locked down. So the biggest difference for me is that London has this great pub culture, which I discovered since moving here. I moved here about 6 months ago, and pubs are just this amazing place where everyone comes together to not really just drink. It's not like a bar. It's there's community and there's families there and people are eating. And so I was struck by how much it hit me when all the pubs closed. Because this is the communal center. This is where people come to eat and to hang out as a community. And so when that closed, it struck me as something that was different about London, because it really just felt like sort of the hurt had been taken away. But you know, hopefully they'll open soon and everyone will come back together. Yeah. I know a lot of
like the bowling clubs. Like the bowling clubs in Australia, I learned when I was there. Sounds really? A lot like them. Yeah, they have
What's the
that's
bowling
kind
club?
of like their central.
Yeah.
community
Oh,
place.
cool.
So,
Yeah.
and I know, so I was saying earlier, Maggie covered the wildfires just before I did. She was in the heart of all of it in Australia. And now,
Oh,
of
they're
course,
together.
things are much better there that way. But like you said, the world doing this, and that's why I wanted to do this, is just come in and catch up, you know, get people, if they're not familiar with me or they're not familiar with you, we can meet each other. This is the best social that we can do right now.
It's true. I was so excited when you reached out because it is, I think, like we just said, cooking and eating are such a community thing to have together. And so I love that you're bringing Ginger's Cook Club, bringing us all into the mix.
Yeah.
And we get to kind of see into each other's kitchens. I will say I had to do it. I did a deep clean on my sink behind me because I set up this shot earlier and I was like, oh, God.
Okay,
My
so let's
mom
do
would
it.
email
You
me.
suggested broccoli 3 ways. Tell me the
Yes.
3 ways, and then tell me the one that we're gonna make.
All right, Ginger, we have broccoli 3 ways coming into. I started 2 of them. The first one, which I gave you a sneak peek of, this is a new discovery. This I discovered early on in lockdown. And it's literally called a broccoli cooked forever. And it's the best recipe because that's the only thing you have to do. You cook broccoli forever. So you know how normally you have to worry about how long you're cooking something or it gets mushy. But the whole point of this, and here, I'll just kind of bring this over so everyone can see, is to get it past the point of mush. So you actually want to cook it for so long that it gets so mushy, it gets past the point of being disgusting back to being good again. And
It's almost like a soup then? Is it like a
Yeah.
broccoli soup? Okay.
So it's almost done now. This has been on for 2 hours. I
Oh
started
wow.
it
And so
earlier
just
today.
like low heat,
So-
and then by the way, we're gonna put all these recipes up. I'm gonna post all the recipes.
Yeah, so we'll follow it together.
Yeah.
So don't worry, we will post this. But what you have to know is you chop up the florets, even the stalks. You steam it quickly. You throw it in, whether it's a big Dutch oven like this or a covered pot, and a bunch of olive oil, and you just let it simmer on low heat for like 2 hours. So we'll check in on it. It's almost done. We'll check in on it in a bit. And the other one we have going, this was the second way you can cook broccoli. I like to call this one the best broccoli you'll ever have in your life because no one I've made it for has ever not liked it. And I left a few out, so someone's in the oven right now. We'll check it out in a second. But what you do similarly, you chop up the florets here, so that's the top of the broccoli head, which you showed us earlier, Ginger. So
Yep.
I left a few out here. So all you do is you just chop up the florets, you throw them in a mixing bowl. I like to get mine kind of small because like the big
Yeah.
hunks of broccoli are intimidating for people.
And they
and I
don't
like
cook
to
as
have
well.
a little- Yeah, exactly. So bite size, make it easy. And this is also super simple. You just toss in a bunch of olive oil, make sure it's like a cooking olive oil, so extra virgin but not super expensive. I just bought this one from the local store. It's good so far. And you can toss in some lemon juice if you have it. If you don't, no big deal. Toss in garlic if you like it. If you don't, leave it out. Salt and pepper. Then put it in the oven to roast it. So we're doing 3 ways of broccoli, Ginger, and each one is going to be different as well. Let's see if I can, let me take this out of the oven to show
You have
you
a different
quickly.
flavor. Yeah, show us where that second one's
I'll
at.
give you a sneak peek. So this one I put in about, it's actually almost done here. Okay. So this one's getting pretty good. Can you see that?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's like
and
crispy,
one tip
right?
what?
It's crispy, right?
Yeah. So I love getting it crispy on top. And one tip, which I love too, is when you slice it, I like to put the flat side down first. So you see how that one side's flat? I know it's slightly way organized. My husband always laughs at me when I do this. But if you lay them all out separate so they're not mushed, then you get that crispiness on top. So you know what? Let me take this out. It cooked a little faster than I was anticipating. So we can kind of just, once you get them crispy on the top, just give them a little mix up like this so they don't burn. And then, oh yeah, look how good that one's gonna be. See that? It's all nice and crispy on the side
yeah,
there.
I love that brown part.
Yeah.
In
that's
case
the
you're
best
just
part.
joining us, by the way, this is Maggie Rulli in Ginger's Virtual
Hi.
Cook Club, and she's making broccoli 3 ways because why not? And I'm bored
Why
of our
not?
broccoli. So she did the basically the mushy broccoli, which is awesome. And then now she's showing you the best broccoli you'll ever have.
Yeah.
Not an overstatement, apparently. And I'm gonna put all the recipes online. On my page when we're done. So now this one I'm excited. This is where I'm.
Yeah, so now we're moving on. I'll come back to that second one because the secret ingredient that makes it the best ever is just a bunch of cheese on top at the end. Cheese. That's why everyone loves it. So that one's almost done. So we'll come to that. But now, Ginger, the third one, I want to make this one with you because this one I actually challenged myself. So I said 3 ways, but I won't lie, Ginger, I really only had 2. But I said now's the time to learn new things. So I tested this out. My husband loved it. It's sweet and spicy. And this one we're going to pan fry. So this was the 3rd way. We already kind of had left it simmer. We've had it roasting. So grab some type of fry pan.
Yep. I have like a wok, which is where we usually do it in our wok.
Oh, perfect. Yes. If you have a wok, that's even better. I need to invest in one. That's a good tip.
It cooks. It's the best. I would highly.
Oh, this is good. Y'all ready? So the thing that's most important with this recipe is the sauce. And I'm often intimidated by sauces. So I was proud of myself for coming up with this. Oh, good. You're all set up. So do you already have anything in there? It looks that you start.
Yeah, I have the soy sauce and the chili and the oil, the sesame oil.
Nice, nice. Okay, so like Ginger has there, we're going to do sesame oil, which is also kind of the secret weapon. It gives so much flavor to whatever you're cooking.
It smells so strong, yeah.
Yeah, like even if you just smell it right now, it reminds me of all good Chinese food in Chinese restaurants. So I'm going to add a spoonful or a tablespoon. I like to cook, not bake, because I'm terrible at measuring things. So I'm going with that. You mentioned that soy sauce. You can also use, if you're gluten-free or something, tamari or coconut aminos, if you've ever heard of those.
Yep.
My mom's gluten-free, and so I always try to, give options. So I actually have some of that on hand. And you're going to do 3 times as much of that as the sesame oil, so 3 spoonfuls.
So three tablespoons of soy to the 1 tablespoon of sesame.
Exactly. I always find that I never can find my tablespoons, so sometimes going by ratios is easier, because then you know at least the flavor is going to be there, even if you mess up on the actual measurements. All right, and you mentioned lime. So I have a lime here as well.
My favorite.
Oh, so good. I've made this with lemon before in a pinch when you're out of lime juice, but the fresh lime juice really is incredible. So just
and then I use this for my tequila later, by the way.
See, really, we're just planning ahead. It's not broccoli 3 ways. It's prepping for Ginger's tequila later.
Yeah, because I'm on London time, apparently.
Yeah, Ginger, it's 5 o'clock here. So today the cook club's in London. Well, that's a good point. We should have made margaritas to go with the broccoli 3 ways.
Yes. Except I might have to
next time we'll come back to cocktails. Okay. All right, and this is the other part that makes it really good. I mentioned I love garlic, so I put it in everything. All 3 of these have garlic in them. If you don't love garlic, I feel bad for you. You don't have to include it in everything, but I do recommend it in this one because it'll give it some good flavor. So 2 to 3 garlic cloves. I've already minced mine up. If you see it here.
Yep.
So you want to mince those fairly finely because it's going to go in this sauce. And you add them to the mixture. I'm using Ginger's a professional. You have your whisk. I have not found my whisk yet from the move, but I have old peanut butter jars that I just shake things up in.
Good enough.
So it's going to work. The other thing we're going to chop for this is ginger. So if you have fresh ginger, you can take some, nice, you're chop it up, plop it in. I was struggling finding ginger, so I found some of this easy ginger. But I figure, in times like these, you can probably even throw in some ginger powder if you're struggling to find.
I mean, I've been having ginger tea, and I had this huge thing of it. I've been having ginger tea like every day and putting ginger chunks in it. So I've had a lot of ginger around.
Oh, see, I wish. I need to find some. I love ginger tea. Is a great idea. It's always so good for tummies, too.
I do love ginger.
You're not feeling well. All right, now the part that's going to make it a little sweet, some honey. If you have maple syrup or something, if you don't have honey, you can always add that as well. I'm going to do another spoonful, another tablespoon of honey.
Except for I have the kind of honey that's way too real.
Yeah.
So it's like super grainy.
You have the actual one you have to scrape in. I will say that's the one I normally like to use. You put it on toast. For this recipe, sometimes the more liquid one is easier, but I appreciate that you're still committing. Let's see, did I add, I almost forgot, and you included it, the chili paste.
The chili paste, yeah, that's in there already. I put that in because I didn't want I had to use a smaller amount for the kids.
Chili paste. Yeah, and like you said, the great thing about this, whether it's you're trying to make it for kids, you don't want it as spicy, or you want it sweeter or less sweeter, you can always adjust the amount of honey or chili paste you use.
And I'm taking this off only because I want people to see. I'm fully doing splits when I'm doing this so that I can be, I'm getting a really good stretch, too, while I'm shooting.
You're really committed.
If you're just joining us, this is Ginger's virtual cook club because we can't do
I will say, you're just doing a workout class with the cook club. Well, I was waiting for the water to boil on this earlier. I hadn't finished my workout yet, so I was in here doing bicep curls in the kitchen. I'm waiting for this, and then we can just do it together.
Okay, so now that's the sauce, right? Now we could do
so now we have the sauce. I think I included everything. Did I get everything?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So if you're using the jar, just shake it up. Ginger whisked, which is great. I'm going to take these out of the bowl. So the next thing, now I also went to dealing with stores that are limited ran out of broccoli, but instead they had broccolini, the next best thing. So for this one, if you only have broccolini or you like broccolini better, what I would recommend just for this recipe is to chop off the stalks, you know, like this part, the long part, just so you get the little floret. Don't toss them though. Like, look, you can even see I saved my huge broccoli stalk because I'll roast this up later.
See, and I was going to ask you this because I'm a stalk lover.
Yes, thank you.
My husband and the kids, not as much. So and I love not wasting. So I often will make theirs like the florets on top, and then I make like mine in a separate one where it has the stalks, or I separate them later because I'll eat all stalk. All right.
No, me too. See, this is why we're friends. I was like, I can't waste the stalks. Look how much is left behind.
Tell us in the comments, by the way, if you're a stalk lover or
don't worry.
florets only type of gal guy.
And my husband's a floret only kind of guy too. He thinks I'm crazy, but you know what the stalks are really good for are the broccoli cooked forever if you chop them up, because they just kind of mush down to nothing. And then they are also good in the best broccoli ever because you just cover them in Parmesan cheese and no one even knows that they were originally stalks.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people saying florets only, florets only. By the way, hi Tanya from Utah.
Give the stalk a chance. We're going to change their minds. Part 2, it's going to be only broccoli stalks. That's the twist.
Ooh, and somebody else likes them. Okay, some people like both. All right, we're a well-rounded group here.
All right, this is good. This is good.
Okay, so this is
now
saute or
ready
steam
for the fun
first?
part? So you have your florets ready. Let's turn on our pans. My oven's getting overwhelmed. We'll get rid of some of this here. I would say like a medium high heat. So the idea with this is that you're almost pan searing the broccoli. So you can tell I love that char. So with these, similar to when I showed you before with the roasting broccoli, how you laid the flat down first. So if your florets have a flat side, I always like to put them in the pan flat side down. It gives that nice kind of sear. Now broccolini doesn't, but it's so small it'll be fine. So we're going to start by just putting some olive oil into the pan first. We'll come back to that sauce we just made. But olive oil has a better cooking temperature, so we'll start kind of frying them in the olive oil and then toss them in the sauce. All right, so we're just heating it up. Can you see that all right? Yeah, okay. Yep. All right, so once it gets...
Mine's going, yeah, we're good.
All right. So now we can just place the broccoli in and try if you can. I mean,
and this one... The sauce was for one head of broccoli, right? Like I have.
Yeah. Sauce is for a head of broccoli. Good call. And you can always adjust it as well. If you don't want it quite so saucy, you can do a little bit less. If you want it extra saucy, you can do it more. You kind of play around with it for a bit. I probably made too much actually for the amount of broccolini I have, but you know, you can always save it for later too. The sauce is really good on pretty much everything. I've made tofu. Ooh, spatula wars. I made tofu with it recently. I used it on chicken before, so you can kind of use it on a lot. Okay. So we're gonna get this cooking.
And I know you're like people are gonna ask how do I not burn? You just keep the heat low enough, right?
Yeah, so you want the heat low enough, and it gets easier, I think. You know, you want it high enough that you kind of get that sear on the bottom. So it's okay. Don't be afraid of a little bit of char, right? Don't be afraid of a little bit of that blackness on it. That's what gives it some good flavor. But it does cook up really quickly. So you kind of always want to be watching it. This isn't one where you walk away from. You know, you kind of have to be careful with the broccoli cooked forever. You set it, you forget it, you can come back in 2 hours. The overcooked, the mushier, the better. But this one, you kind of want to watch. And you can actually hear it. You can hear it start cooking right now.
Oh, yeah, I got some crisp going.
You got some going? So that's always helpful too. I always say sometimes with these sort of things it sounds silly, but you have to like use your sight and your ears and your smell sometimes just to make sure that it gets to what you want. And
so about how long will we keep this on now?
You know, I would say we're going to watch it probably about 2 minutes on this side. You want to make sure that it kind of all gets a good crisp going. Depending on everyone's stove, I always find stove tops are different. I've had to do it up to like 5 minutes before. So we're kind of going to wait and see. You want to get a decent sized char on it. But after a few minutes, we're going to get our sauce ready as well, because this is what really gives it all of its flavor. So you can hear it cooking. You hear that olive oil popping underneath it, which is super important. You want it to get that good, crispy, black layer. And the reason, you know, I've tried it in sesame oil as well, but sesame oil doesn't have as good of a cooking temperature. So that's why we're using, oh, yes, that's it. It's happening. Is it happening? Okay. Wait, let me check mine.
Don't mind my hands going in there. It's just for me.
Oh my God, mine's getting so loud I can't even hear you anymore.
And you wait to put the sauce on, right? So
yeah, so we're just gonna, you want to get a little bit of a cook first. We are gonna cook it in the sauce in a second. But what do you think, what do you think? Is yours getting a nice cook on it, Ginger?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So once you feel like it has like a nice enough cook that it's cooked through, you kind of have that, oh, going. All right, now add the sauce.
Okay.
And try to pour it, you know, if it's in the pan, you can prioritize getting it on the...
Yeah, because
That is loud now. Do you hear that?
Yeah, because there's honey in there, I know we have to be careful. By the way, I'll say hi to Lily.
Ooh.
Danielle says she loves broccoli and cheese. Hello. Oh, well, thank you, Tolbert Danny. And Sarah, thank you. And she says walks cook faster. I don't know, I feel like it cooks the same.
Okay. Oops.
Yeah. This is fully my lunch, by the way.
What?
This is going to be my lunch with some potatoes I made last night.
I did already warn my husband. I was like, so we're having broccoli for dinner.
Dinner and breakfast.
Wow,
So
mine was so loud I just couldn't hear you for a second. Sorry.
No
Was yours screaming? I think my heat was a smidge too loud. I guess that's one reason you can tell.
And I just want to repeat to everybody, I'm going to post all of this on my page. I'm sure Maggie will too, with all of the recipes, so you can see all 3 of her broccoli 3 ways. This is the one that's got a little kick to it, and I'm so excited. By the way, and everyone's asking if you're living in England for good.
You and my mom. You know, I think I'm loving London, loving it even more than I realized. I think I'll come back to the U.S., but for now, you know, it's nice that I get to call into friends. I feel like I can stay in touch with people back in the States as well. So,
yeah.
You know, and if you ever want to come
anywhere
visit,
right now,
the guest bedroom is open, Ginger. An open invitation.
That is the one place my husband wants to go. He's not a traveler, but he
Really?
says, yeah, but he would
you
love
guys
to go to
have
England.
come. Okay, see, we'll plan something. How's your sweet and spicy broccoli looking?
I waited to add it. I'm about to add it now because I needed a little bit more cooked.
Oh, you needed the more charred. That was smart. You know, let me check my... Oh, see, now you're getting loud.
Oh, yeah, here it goes. But there's honey in there. That's why we have to, like, be careful. I would worry about it burning, right?
Yeah. But even the honey, when it gets a little warm too, kind of starts to caramelize a bit. So that's what gives it that sweetness as well. And, you know, if you added, like me, extra sauce, because I do love sauce, I love this over some, like, brown rice. And then you can pour the extra sauce with the broccoli over brown rice for more of a full meal.
It smells so good.
It's
so appreciative.
Well, this is cooking a bit more. We can revisit broccoli number 2, unless that's going to confuse people. But I think we should just do it. Okay, let me grab my...
We pretty much made an entire game show of broccoli, like behind broccoli door number 2.
What's behind door number 2? Well, I already teased it, but I just grabbed my secret ingredient out of the fridge, which is pretty much always Parmesan. My kitchen is now a broccoli disaster zone.
And just to, while you're doing that, we are having an epically windy day. I actually was going to take people over to see what my peak wind gust. Oh, so far, see, ours is in a weird place, my thermometer. 26
yeah, you guys are
miles
having
per
that
hour.
wind.
We are. We're going to get some gusts up to 60, maybe even 70 in the Northeast. So hope everybody's safe today, by the way. Hi, William. Saying hello to people. Okay, go ahead, Maggie. Sorry, I interrupted.
No. Well, I don't want to. Ginger, we have been, tell me what's going on in London, because I don't know if you can kind of see outside there. We have been having some of the greatest weather that I've ever experienced in March and April.
Of course, because everyone has to be indoors.
I know. You're like of all times. But, you know, people, I do find that a lot of people, luckily in the city, have a little bit of outdoor space, even if it's just a balcony. So everyone's been trying to get in their safe space. All right,
okay,
well,
I'm going to show you my final. I think I'm pretty close, so I'm going to show it to you.
Let's see. Oh, that looks so good. Oh. Ginger, very nice.
Thank you. I'm so proud.
That looks really good.
I've been into the
All right, so the second, just to confuse people, we're gonna go backwards now. So Ginger just showed us her the third way, the sweet and spicy broccoli, which we have to try at some point. I'm gonna turn mine off so it cools off.
Yeah, I'm pulling mine off so I can.
Yeah. Here, and I'll show you. So this is what the other one looks like. Number 2, which was, which way am I going here? Maybe go more that way? No, wrong. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so it should come out of the oven. This is nice and crispy. I don't know if you can see that, but look, it's like all kind of charred on the top and whatnot. So then I just kind of make a pile together here. And the thing that everyone loves about this broccoli is that then you just put tons of Parmesan cheese on top. Now, I'm a broccoli lover, so I think it's good just roasted. But if you put this layer of Parm on, often it'll just melt on its own. You can pop it back in the warm oven for even just a minute or two to kind of get it all melty on top. And
crisp it up.
Yeah. So throw it back in the oven for just about a minute or something, and the cheese kind of melts on top. And it really is. I've never made this for someone and had them not love it, which is a testament because a lot of people don't like broccoli.
Right, I've seen a couple in here. They're saying, "I don't like broccoli."
I
Now you will.
Guys,
You haven't tried the Maggie's way.
You will love. Oh, and so just to finish us off here too, as we're trying all of our ways, I want to show you now the broccoli cooked forever.
Hey,
How
please.
good this looks. I swear, this one people are shocked by. I'm gonna give you a spoonful.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Now I love it on. Let's see what I have over here. Oh,
Kind of looks like what we made for
I love
Avery
it on
when he was a baby
piece
too.
of bread, so you can toast this up if you want. And I always think it's a great surprise at dinner parties because people would never expect broccoli to taste like this. And look how nice that is on the bread.
It's so
The little
good.
broccoli spread. And when I tell you, it's just like mushy and olive oily and
Yum.
it's almost like it has like a meaty texture to it.
Yeah.
It's been cooked for so long. Oh.
Okay, so we've got
So
the
yeah,
over.
I'm having a feast over here. Look, but you can have a shot. Here's all 3 of them then.
I'm gonna do one more bite. I'm gonna do a third bite before we say goodbye. And I'm gonna say I love the ginger in this. I mean, it sounds terrible coming from Ginger. I love the ginger, but there's all.
I
There
did
they
that
are.
just for you, Ginger.
Maggie's broccoli 3 ways, and I am so grateful we got to do this. I'm just gonna say it one last time. We are gonna post these recipes. They'll be on my page on Instagram. Maggie was nice enough to send all of them, and I hope that everything in future goes very well with your plates and plates of broccoli. Good luck to you and your husband.
Thank you so much. Let me know what your kids and Ben thinks about the broccoli later.
We'll do some taste testing. For me, it's a big win. I love this
Okay,
one.
good.
We'll put all 3 up. Thank you, Maggie, so much.
Cheers. So good to
Cheers
see
with
you.
broccoli.
Bye.